I want to thank the West Jefferson SCLC for remembering and honoring my mom with this award today. It means a great deal to me and my entire family. I guess I would like to tell you about my mom's trip to the South to help with the voting rights movement of the 1960s. You know, one of the questions that we're often asked is, why did your mother go to Selma? And it's a question that was often more of an accusation than it was really a question. It was more like, why did your mother go to Selma, Alabama to get involved in something that was none of her business? Well, my mother had always kept us aware, as she was aware, of the 16th Street church bombings and Jimmy Lee Jackson, certainly, who was killed just 3 weeks before she went to Selma. And she kept us informed. She was watching TV when she saw the events of Bloody Sunday, and shortly after that, Dr. King came on and asked people of good conscience, if they knew that what was going on was wrong there, to come to Selma and help. And my mother answered his call. I know that when she was getting ready to leave, my father said to her, "Vi, you don't have to go, it's not your fight." And my mother just looked at him and said, "Oh, it's everybody's fight." So when people ask us and have asked me, I finally come to the realization she had watched Bloody Sunday. She knew about the things that had been going on in the South. Right here in our own backyard, our people were being discriminated against, oppressed, brutalized. And so my real question is, when they ask me now, why did your mother go to Selma? My question is, why wasn't everybody in Selma? And the other thing that I would like you to know is that I started coming down south because I wanted to talk to the people who spent the last days of my mother's life with her. And in coming to learn her story, I learned their stories. And I realized that what my mother did was so significant that people to this day love me because I'm my mother's daughter. And I realized every time I came south that I felt closer to my mother here in Alabama than I did anywhere else, even closer than I felt to her at our home in Detroit. And I realized that that's because here in the South, my mother is alive and has been kept alive by your love and your remembering her for over 50 years. So I want to tell you how extremely grateful and honored I am, and I know that, as I said, my whole family is, and thank you for loving my mother, which of course means you love me.